Thumbs up if you like crispy wings. I'm drinking a Flurpee.
Flurpy.
Everything
Set
I've
pieces.
seen of it, it looked great.
Best show ever made.
Really?
Best show ever made. Come at me.
Okay. I'm not going to say it's wrong.
I still feel the heat, the last one on my lips.
So John, you now will. This will not go away now.
So you're saying this is
We're
we're turning the page now?
It's still a ramp up, but this mouthfeel will not go away until we're done.
I'm okay with it right now.
It will get worse.
I've seen the videos.
Yep, but onward we must go. On to number 6, which isn't too bad.
Number 6.
Six is
Marshall's Whiskey Smoked Ghost.
That sounds nice. Oh, the ghost pepper.
Maker Sarah Marshall's dedication to making the most of each ingredient shows up in this expertly crafted sauce featuring fine ingredients like whiskey, white balsamic, and date syrup, plus ghost pepper heat, which should be kicking in right about now.
I mean, it smells nice.
It is. And real quick, I just want to see if I can... That is good looking blue cheese.
Thank you.
The ghost pepper, though, I remember that was the same one that was on the jerky, right?
Mm-hmm.
This starts really sweet, and
I'm trying not to touch my lips, but
Mm-hmm. That's going to make it worse.
they're
And
good. They went up.
Obviously now, you don't have to finish the whole wing if you don't want to. I'm pretty hungry, so I'm going to finish most of the wings.
This was the biggest and crispiest wing, so I feel like I got it. You know,
It was good with the wing.
it's not horrible.
No,
I thought the one before was a spicier.
and we'll get to that too, where I think 9 is considerably less heat than the bomb.
and the flavor's not bad.
No, and then 10 is just,
10 close.
yeah. I don't think it tastes good. I think there's no flavor. It's just tastes like an iron meat butthole.
That one was not bad, but I don't know.
Again, having 6 of them is probably enough for me. I don't think I could have any more than 6
Wait, you mean wings or spicy?
of those specifically.
Oh, I see.
You know, I could have a couple of these, but
It's tough for me to tell right now if the tingle I feel is from the wing that I ate previous or that wing here.
everything builds now. So now you're gonna, you know, now my lips are starting to get it. Everything's just gonna kind of slowly get more and more.
Let me try this blue cheese. I mean, I am typically not a blue cheese fan, you know. That's nice.
I thought it was good. Yeah. Not even with all the crumbles, not overly blue cheesy.
But you know what? I don't typically, when you get blue cheese, you're not getting you get like a couple little tiny chunks.
And basically ranch.
And basically ranch. That's blue cheese.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
I like that.
Tipsy Moose, if you get, shout out Tipsy Moose logo. If you get Tipsy Moose blue cheese at they home make it there.
Yep.
It's really nice.
Yep. It's I've rarely found it. Like Brown's used to do a really good blue cheese.
Yeah.
And that was every birthday for us, you know, my mom's, my dad's, my brother's, mine. We'd always get to pick where you go to eat.
You go to Brown's?
We all of us
Yeah.
for a 5-year period, we'd always go to Brown's and we get their bourbon wings. And their blue cheese was phenomenal.
I don't think I ever had the wings from Brown's.
It's good. They're good.
Their bourbon, if they still have them, they have bourbon wings out of this world.
Huh.
So good. I mean, that was when it was popping. So we'd go there and we'd wait 45 minutes just to eat chicken wings. But they would make their blue cheese and then
I'm listening to his story.
it'll get there.
I have zero heat in my mouth, but my lips like burning.
You really got to master. You got to master like the CD-ROM.
And they take that blue cheese.
They're not. Yeah, like chapstick.
So Browns get the wings.
Yeah, but they went away from making their own blue cheese.
Why?
I don't know, and they might be back to it. We haven't been back once they started going to the bought blue cheese. We kind of stopped going, but their blue cheese I loved.
I mean,
Absolutely
you saw
loved.
that took Ryan 30 seconds to
Yep.
make. So
Yep.
there's no excuse. Make your own blue cheese.
Especially when you can
Make
do it in a
them.
bigger bowl. You know, you
Yeah.
just scale everything up.
It's a nice value add to your clientele.
What's your favorite pop story?
My grandfather?
Not soda. We're not in the fucking Midwest.
Oh man, I don't know. It's tough to condense it down to just
one
one
singular.
because he was just a fun dude.
He
And
was.
He was a fun dude. Both he and my grandmother were just amazing, fun, happy, just joyful people. Obviously, my grandmother's still with us, and I'm thankful for that every day. I love you, Graham.
Barbara Walters.
But they would always come to town. It'd always be like for like the highlight of the year. They were always there for like the big occasion. So much of my answer is wrapped up into that, and it could change based on whatever memories come into the forefront, because every moment that I had with either one of them could qualify almost. Christmas, opening the presents, and then one of my favorite ones is I got it was called the Solid Gold guitar, and I probably got a picture of me playing. I do have a picture of me playing with Pop, and I got the guitar and I'm playing, and I also got a toy saxophone. So he's sitting there. I don't know what music's playing. He's playing the saxophone and dancing. I'm playing the guitar. That's a fun one. Now that stands out as a kid, but probably when I was grown, probably 25. How old were you when we were going to get lunch with Pop? Were you in your 20s
I was
yet?
old enough to get beers.
You were old enough, so right about that age, 25. Ryan would have been 21, 22. We would go and just sit down in Saratoga, get some Thai food, and we would just sit for 2 hours. We'd be done eating for forever, and we'd just be sitting there talking, and Pop would be recollecting stories of his youth and some of the trouble that he got into, and then just asking Ryan and I what's going on with us. So it'd probably be that, being able to just have that sort of engagement with him as an adult, and almost now I would say like as a peer, because he's your grandfather, but at that point you're not a kid anymore, and he could let you know some of the stuff that he got into.
Exactly. He's been waiting years to tell you.
And he did. And Ryan and I have some golden ones that we just laugh whenever we tell each other, because they're just.
And the shenanigans that adults and like our parents and our parents' parents got up to.
Unbelievable.
You would be 7 felonies deep by the time anything, like by lunch. All the things that these guys did on a daily basis.
I got into some stuff, nowhere. I never even remotely touched the bases.
No, not even close.
Not even close. Not even close. So that's what I would think is my favorite. And if I could relive anything, it'd be probably just one of those lunches with Ryan and Pop.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Except if Ryan wasn't there.
He would have to be there. This is like the one situation where
he's grandfather.
He's got to be there.
Congrats, Ryan. Someone still.
I'm not going to get
I was grandfathered in.
I'm not going to get lunch with Pop without bringing Ryan.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for asking that question, because that makes me happy to think about.
He's a great guy. Absolutely.
Now what do we got here, Ryan?
This is 7.
Number 7 is the Ginger Goat Tropic Star.
This is nice because the heat
Sizzling into the 7th spot
Yeah,
with a
this
blend
one's
of
nice
citrus hot
This
chili.
one's not
Tropic Star will light up your taste buds with a
one's
heaping
almost
dash of tart mango, citrusy lemongrass, and the subtle sweetness of star anise.
anise, huh?
Star anise.
Isn't it star anise?
I do.
Anise?
Whatever.
I'm kind of getting that. I'm getting a lemongrass. Maybe the anise is sort of like the envelope, almost. It's sort of like I can feel it through my nose. I like this one.
It's good.
It's a good sauce.
Again, as far as heat goes, almost none in the lineup. And I think they put it there probably as a reprieve, because
Not much of that.
now
There's
it's
very little heat to this one,
and it
relatively.
It built a little bit.
but it kills everything else in my mouth. I mean, it brought my heat down.
I would eat a dozen of those.
Mm-hmm.
Those were good.
Very good.
That's actually one of those sauces that what would it be like if you started on that? With that, you know what I mean? Because everything builds up to it, and you're kind of numb to this. So like,
I think they do it just as like a palate cleanser, to give you a break so you're not just crying for 45 minutes.
Well, you're not giving me anything to look forward to by saying it like that, but
Well, it's tech on the Scoville meter, which doesn't mean anything,
110,000.
right? And the one that
That
we did
one was?
before, it was what?
71,000.
So the one before it was less hot than that on the Scoville meter.
Yeah, I don't understand how that works.
It's weird. Like the last one, the dab is like over 1 million, they say. But it doesn't mean.
You see,
I don't
when
think
you
it
say it
means
like that, doesn't it sound like it's going to wound you? Like,
yeah, but
they're gonna
again,
be the same.
It feels that way coming out.
yeah, you're gonna have to eat a lot of cheese here. Try to like antacids for your intestinal system.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Drink some smooth movie.
Yep.
How the hell would that help? You're just adding violence. You're adding violence on top of violence.
John, what's
Too
the
modest.
what's the biggest plot twist that you've had in your life so far?
Biggest plot twist.
Plot twist you didn't see coming.
I don't really have like a really good answer to that, I don't think. Because everybody's had their low points in life. I mean, life is a struggle. Everybody's got their own.
Doesn't have to be a bad one.
Right. I would say the biggest plot twist. Right around 2008, everybody remembers that shit. Everybody was out of work. The economy went to hell, and it was right when I got out of school for the second time. And I was ready to go. And basically, I was out of work for a year. And that sucked. Also, at that time frame, Tara and I were getting ready to get married. So we got married, still no job. But we were on our honeymoon, and then I probably sent my resume out to every single landscape architecture firm in the country. And because I wasn't working, they got a customized cover letter. It was tailored to their particular firm, and I tried to go through and pick some projects out and let them know what I liked about it, or maybe how I would approach it a little bit different or something like that. Not in a negative way, but just to sort of show some of my chops in as condensed format as you could. So I didn't have much hope because literally everybody got my resume and cover letter. And, we were having a great honeymoon. We went to Maine, walking around, having dinner, we were both happy. We just got married. It's a happy time. And I remember getting a call that I wasn't quite sure where it was coming from, that one of the people who got my resume wanted to offer me a job. Right off the rip, thrilled to hear that. And remember, I sent my resume to everybody in the country. I was willing to go just about anywhere. Just about. And they were in Troy, 3 minutes from where I lived already. So I was like, this is like too good to be true. And I've been with them for 20 years.
Until
15 years.
Until
My boss.
we bought him. Hostile takeover.
Yeah.
Then we got rid of his division.
So that was fun. I did not see that coming. And getting that message while on your honeymoon, you're already kind of floating high.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
took it to
for
the next
sure.
level.
And what are the odds that it's Troy?
Yeah.
Where you were living in Troy at that point already.
I was.
So
Love Troy.
pretty wild.
Though, if I'm going to be real, the biggest plot twist that was a positive on top of that was finding out that I was going to be a dad. I mean, how much bigger, my wife and I, we had tried for a couple of years, and getting pregnant's hard. And we had to go hard go of it, but now got a great job and I got a great kid. So
That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome to fatherhood.
I love it. Every minute of it.
As frustrating as it can be,
Yeah,
it's still.
it's not. Lowen, you're awesome. I love you, buddy.
See, there you go. How do you like being a dad?
I can't imagine anything better than being a dad. I
Being a
really
mom?
can't. Maybe being a mom. I have no basis for which to even understand what that's like. But
John, we're gonna move on to number 8.
I'm ready for number 8.
Number 8 is the
This
bomb.
is the bomb.
The Bomb teamed up with Beyond Insanity to create an all-natural version that's just awful.
Nobody seems to like this one. So do we just eat and get it over with?
Get it over with.
One bite.
One bite. Everybody knows the rules.
Ugh.
You know what? That tastes like I licked a battery.
Ah,
The flavor's not great,
ah.
but
I don't want to waste this wing though.
John, that's going to be 100% your choice.
I don't like it. That's gross.
Mm-hmm.
That sauce lived up to its reputation.
Well, it'll get very hot very quick.
It's hot. That's fun. That is the hottest one so far, easily. Not in a pleasant way. Like all it is hot.
And we got a couple more of those. So enjoy that. If you were to give a TED talk about any random subject that you're like super interested in,
Okay.
what would it be?
Why Christopher Reeve is the best Superman.
This guy is huge Superman fan. And now Lowen is also a big Superman fan.
They are. Matter of fact, the new trailer, at the time we were filming this, oh my God, it's hot. The new trailer for the upcoming movie just dropped for Superman. And, you know, child of the 80s, Superman was my guy. You know, to this day, if I'm, because I got in my music playlist, the John Williams score. So every once in a while it comes out when I'm driving, it comes out of nowhere. And to this day, it'll raise the hairs on my arms. I just want to run around the house. And when I was watching that trailer, and I was in it. It was awesome. And then when it was done, I looked over and Lowen was standing right next to me. And they immediately wanted to watch it again. And I indulged. And now, and this was 3 weeks ago, at least once a day we're watching the Superman flying montage. It's got the same song, and Lowen loves it. And the other day we were in the car ride going, I forget where we were going somewhere, I can't remember. And the song came on, and Lowen, we listened to it 6 times in a row.
There you go.
Loves it. And I can't be happier about that because just, you know, brings me back to my childhood.
It's great seeing your kids pick up and like stuff that you like.
It's like my inner child and
Yep.
my current child are coexisting, you know. Ryan's really suffering over there.
Pascal, can we just have, during his whole talk, can you make like a mini screen in the corner?
Or just really like juice up the levels of Ryan breathing.
I'm gonna need a top off.
Did you just take a bite or did you like eat more than...
I ate the whole fucking thing.
You ate the whole thing?
I ate most of it. Do we have any more milk?
Yeah.
Please. Oh my God. It is. So after I did this with Ryan and Mark 2 times one day, I was like, listen, I can do that. I can do anything. We go out to the Rusty Nail and go to the park for somebody's. Oh, with you guys. And I say, I want the really hot wings. And she's like, they're really hot. And I was like, yeah, it's. Lady.
I got a show.
It's fine. I couldn't even eat them. I could eat half of one before I gave
Do you
up.
think they're Carolina Reaper?
I don't know what they were, but they were worse than these.
They're the bomb?
Mm.
Or
They were
worse
so
than what's
saucy
coming?
too. They were so saucy.
I'll say
You
they're.
know that-
I'll say they're similar to the bomb. Not flavor profile wise. Flavor profile, it was like more like a Frank's ish. Like it was wet, so it wasn't like goopy, and it was not great.
I spit a large portion of that wing out, not because I was spitting out the wing, but it was really red and I bit into bone and it grossed me out.
What, just now?
The bomb wing. So when they show the playback, I mean, they see me spit it out. That's the reason for it.
Gotcha.
Not because it was.
I have to, I appreciate you because Ryan is the one who sauced all these wings. And they all have a modest coating. It's not like gooping, you know?
Oh yeah.
Some of the earlier ones, I probably would have liked to have like a
More,
goop, like the
yeah.
Chipotle.
I sauced them heavy, but over the time since I sauced them to when we actually sat down to eat them,
The heat evaporated.
a lot of it dried.
But the skin definitely like absorbed the flavor. I feel like.
There you go.
I feel like it worked out.
But yeah, so
No, in all fairness, in all honesty, I sauced them to the point where I was trying to punish John, and
And I would just be
They
an
dry.
innocent bystander. Thank you. That's Ryan in a
it's the
nutshell.
story of my life, right?
Number 9.
Just pointless antagonization.
The United States government presents
Ryan, number 9, please. No.
Number 9 is Dawson's Hot Sauce Zuzu 7-Pot.
That's good. Thank you.
It achieves both one-of-a-kind flavor and headbang and heat. In the number 9 hot sauce, get ready for spice rush from the potent 7-pot peppers, plus sweet maple syrup, sambuca, and fennel seed.
You get the fennel seed right off the rip. Maybe there's Sambuca too. A little sweetness to it.
The flavor instantly better.
These wings are so good, I do feel bad not eating them all, which is not helping.
Oh, that burned my effing lips. Wow.
Yeah, the bomb I'm still dealing with. This one's not bad at all. I like this one.
I like it.
Flashback.
You know, if you're trying to really, if you convince yourself, tell yourself you like it, you start to like it a little bit.
It's a skill I honed growing up with a younger brother.
There you go.
Ryan's cool. Sometimes.
What is the most underrated piece of advice you think you've ever been given?
Probably Papa just saying F it. Because when you're growing up, and every kid goes through it when you start to become aware of your peers' opinions, and letting that color how you feel about yourself, and it's a really hard thing for anybody to get over, because at that point your world are these people's opinions, and an old head, we know most opinions are not really worth anything. You shouldn't really sweat them too much. You just take care of your business, and but as a kid growing up, it's really hard to keep that in mind. So hearing that from somebody whose opinion meant a lot to me helped. So that would probably be it, because learning to have that mindset is a good skill for anybody to have.
What's this one?
For the last dab?
Oh, for you. Okay. Yeah. That's a good advice. It really is. It took me a long time, obviously, to be comfortable with myself enough to even wear overalls.
You look fucking great in them.
I hated not wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you bend over, you get the crack hanging out. It's the worst, and I hated it. Or as a fat kid, you put up your arms and your shirt would come up to here. So now it's not a problem, baby. Thanks, Ryan. Ryan was really thin as a kid, so he never had this problem. It's not that funny, dude.
Ryan was fat skinny though.
Dude, it's not that funny.
That was a funny description. Not because of you. That's just a funny description.
So you know what? You now have Avery's 13, right?
She's 14.
14.
Yeah.
So hey, she's knee deep in that world right now. So hey, bear that in mind, Avery.
I think she does a pretty good job.
She seems like it.
Of being herself, and she's definitely somebody that will. She's big, like I was. I was a rules person.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a quick thing is like when my dad taught me to scalp tickets or crowd rush a stage. It was with tickets that we had in the seats in Albany. And if you guys listen to the first episode, you'll know about this already. It hasn't released, but we'll get there. Bob talks about this specifically.
The first episode of
This
On Earth?
podcast. This is episode 2.
Oh.
Oh, wait, we didn't even get to the
We're not even
podcast
in the
yet.
podcast yet.
Blah, blah. Anyway, if you listen to the first episode of our podcast, I kind of goes into that story where he taught me how to do all this stuff, and I was, we had seats at the Pepsi Arena in seats, and he walked down to the general admission floor between sets. It was Hall & Oates, Michael McDonald, for a tour for Hall & Oates' new album.
You picturing your impression?
Yes.
Yo, we'll be there. So we had nothing to do. We had nothing to do for the day, so he was like, screw it, we'll just go to a concert.
Why not?
And they were going to go to the free outdoor one in Albany, the Thursdays Rockin' on the River,
Mm-hmm.
and it downpoured.
Is that in Troy? The Rocket on the River?
No, so it was whatever one was in Albany.
Yeah.
Because, Troy had Rockin' on the River, I think.
Mm-hmm. Same river.
Alive at 5.
Well, you're right.
So it was Alive at 5. So we went to Alive at 5, started downpouring. So we went to the show that my mom was at. He bought her a ticket. So he scalped the tickets, blah, blah, blah.
Did she go by herself? What's going on?
Yeah, she went by herself.
Good for you.
And we were going to go to the show. And then, would you rather go with Bob? Yeah. So we get down there, and Bob's like, can I get a beer? And he walks up to this beer stand, and he's sitting there drinking it. I'm like, all right, Dad, they're going to come on. We got to go. He's like, we're not going back to our seats. I'm like, what? He's like, when the lights turn off, you're going to go up to that stage, follow me do not stop. Okay. And as soon as the lights killed, you know, it wasn't general admission. It was like seats.
Yep.
As soon as the lights went off, right up, and everybody at the seats got up to go up to the stage as well.
Everybody knew the game.
Correct.
Yeah.
But they were in the seats. They were like on the floor.
Yep.
They bought the seats. They were allowed to be there. We were not.
Yeah.
But we were up there with them. Pretty neat story. We saw a pretty neat guy.
That's pretty awesome.
It is not hot sauce related. We saw the biggest Hall & Oates fan. The guy had a big trench coat on, had a license plate that said Hall & Oates.
Was he a big guy or is he just the biggest fan?
Both. He was very tall. And big trench coat, 2 license plates.
It was just like 3 kids stacked on top of each other.
Hall & Oates and No Can Do on
Yeah.
the license plate. And he looks like, have you guys ever seen Big Fish?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
He looked like the giant from Big Fish.
Oh, my God.
That's
That,
top 2 favorite movies of all time.
that movie made me cry.
Thank you.
When
I'm
he's
glad.
carrying his dad at the end.
Oh,
I said something to my dad about that movie, and he's like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, you really never seen
It
that?
made Bob cry, too. He didn't want
Yeah,
to.
he doesn't. So he blocks it out. It's
Yeah.
traumatic for him.
Yeah.
But I was a big rule follower. So this is just now more about me. Avery is. I would follow rules, but I wouldn't stick up for kids because I was
You know what?
an easy target. She will absolutely stick up for kids.
Avery, I am so proud of you. I'm going to tell you right now, when I have a hard time sleeping at night, those are the things that I remember.
Yep.
The times that I didn't stick up for somebody or didn't say or come to somebody's aid, and it bothers me to this day.
Absolutely.
And of course, I wasn't the one that was in the crosshairs at that moment, but I'm so proud of you for doing that. That it's going to mean a lot.
Yeah. Like we had an incident on a bus where a kid was hurting other kids.
Oh, kids
and
are awful. Yeah.
she would just not let it go.
That's
to the
so
point
awesome.
that like his mom tried to make it a thing against Avery, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm proud
And
of
she
you.
was, she's upset. She doesn't want to tell me because she's going to get in trouble. And I'm like, never will I ever
Yeah,
give you a hard time for sticking up for another kid.
absolutely not.
Never. So I'm pretty proud of her for that one.
You should be. That's awesome.
All right, don't suck up her too much. She's got to do some. Tell her to do her homework.
Do your homework, Avery. Close
So
up
this
of
is the last stab, John.
Yep.
You are allowed to.
Whatever you do, I'm going to do.
You are allowed to put more onto it. It is very hot. It's not the hottest. I still think the 8 is worse, but you can put on as much as you want, or little as you want, or don't.
What do you do?
I do.
I'm gonna tell Brendan to dab me.
Like that?
That's what I do.
Go ahead. You want to do more? You can do more.
Give me on that nice flat side. Nice,
How much you want?
Give me a line.
Jesus.
That's good.
Ooh, that's too much. I'm so sorry. Feel free to scrape some of that off.
It's not here.
So this is over 91% Pepper X. Now, what is Pepper X? I don't know. I have no idea.
Pepper X.
Yeah, Pepper X.
If I ever start up another band, it's going to be called Pepper X.
There was one ingredient he added that nobody knew about.
Is that
Pepper
the one
X.
Slow Roosevelt song? Racer X.
Static X is probably what you're thinking.
Static
No,
X,
that's
yeah.
Slow Roosevelt song. Remember? Racer.
I really don't.
And the flavor of it is not great.
No, it's not. It's not horrible. It's just I feel like on the tip of my tongue. It's very like metallic tasting.
Yet for me, it's not as hot.
Yeah.
It's not as hot as it is just an unpleasant taste.
Yeah. So far, the only one that I was having an issue with, even that was like not a nightmare, but the bomb.
Yeah, it really is the turning point for everybody.
That was the only one that was difficult to eat.
And again, that kind of goes back to where I think the Scoville units are very
Misleading.
70,000 to over 1 million. The amount of difference that it should be. And this one does build, though.
I'm feeling it now.
It builds,
Yeah.
but in my opinion, it's not as bad. So you kind of actually already answered this one. And this is going to be like my good heartfelt one that I felt. You kind of already answered it, but I'm going to ask it anyway because I have nothing else. If you could live any day of your life over and over again, what would it be?
Like the Groundhog Day kind of thing?
Yeah.
It's a tough question because what you would think would be the answer because it'd be so awesome to live over and over again, you'd get bored with it, right? It'd be old hat. You get tired of it. It'd be the same conversation over and over again. So what I would probably pick. I'm going to have an answer, but you weren't there, so I can't give that answer.
I don't have to be there.
You do, because the point of the answer would be there's a family gathering where I could change my interactions. And it would be still with the people that I love. And one of the ones that came up to mind was Graham Quackenbush's 75th birthday.
This is where we took the picture.
When we took the picture, we were all outside, barbecuing, just having a great time.
I'll get you a picture.
Everybody was there, except Brendan, so I can't give that answer. My wedding was freaking awesome. That was a good blast.
Ryan, grab the mic and just put your face on that camera.
I don't know. Whatever. Pick a random holiday where the entire family gets together. All the cousins, all the aunts, all the grandparents are still alive. So we're probably looking at the year 2005-ish. And that would probably be my answer.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's really building. I'm feeling it.
Yep. I've run out of drink. The big scoop of blue cheese did help.
I need another scoop of celery here because...
Yep.
Where's that milk?
Milk's over here, bud. Oh, we got just regular wings.
Yeah, Brendan, good questions, buddy. I really appreciate.
I'm glad you did this. I'm glad that you asked and asked to do it. And
Shut up.
I don't think it's enough milk, dude.
I made that milk.
I've got nipples, Greg.
That was fun.
All right, John. You made it.
I did.
It wasn't the worst thing.
This is a clean wing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are really good wings. I don't want to go to waste. Tipsy Moose, you did a real good job. You got great wings.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. John, you survived pretty easy, I think. No reaction, light work. You got 3 cameras. You can pick one to look at, I guess, or 2 cameras. Is there any last thing that you want to say to anybody out there or everybody out there?
Well,
You're free stage. You can go monologue as much as you want.
not really being a monologue. Family's a big thing for me. Most of the people that are going to be watching this right now already love me. You know I love you. Lowen, if you're watching this 15 years from now, I love you more than anything. You are the best thing that's ever happened in my life, and I can't wait to spend time with you tomorrow. Brendan, thank you so much. You're an excellent host. You ask
Thanks,
great
buddy.
questions. I love hanging out with you. Ryan, I love watching your reactions from a distance.
Yeah.
And yeah, Quack Pack.
Yeah. Thank you.
Like and subscribe.
That's right. Come here, buddy. Thank you. It's a great interview. Go ahead.
All right. I need to have an addendum to the best piece of advice that I've ever gotten. I am embarrassed that this didn't come to my mind immediately. And it's a very simple phrase. Something my dad would always say to me whenever I expressed a moment of doubt or apprehension about doing something, or even a desire to skip it because I just did not feel like doing it. And he would just simply say, "You would be surprised how good you can do." And that is so true. And it applies to everything. And Lowen, get ready to hear it. You'll be surprised at how good you can do because it's true.
all the time. All the time. This
So-
is the PB injury.
To Dad, you'll be surprised at how good I did.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching today's video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click that little bell to get notified whenever we post a video.